Hello everyone, welcome to the second episode of the Enactus Tilburg and Friends podcast, where we sit down with interesting entrepreneurs, or at least entrepreneurial people, to get inspired and to hear about what they have to tell us. So in this episode we're sitting down with Tom Leenders, co-founder I should say, of Gerrard Street. Tom, welcome.
Welcome.
I mean welcome, we're at your office, so
Yes. Welcome at my office.
Yeah. How's it going?
Quite good.
Cool?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Can't complain.
Yeah. Is it, are there people working at the office quite a lot these days, or is it like
There's
quiet here?
It's quite busy because we're still refurbishing and repairing the headphones here at the office, and we're also doing the shipment from here. So I think almost every day there's someone here at the office. So that's quite nice.
Nice. And I guess a lot of the days that someone might be you.
No, I'm also very a lot at the office, but more like having meetings with other companies and stuff like that.
Yeah, I see.
So I don't do the repairs and shipment myself anymore.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Probably in the early days that was...
Then we did everything.
Yeah, it was all your plate.
Yeah. We even did the assembling of the first headphone ourselves. So that was quite a lot of work.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I guess for our viewers who are more uninitiated, maybe you can tell a bit about like Gerrard Street, what you guys do and how it started and stuff.
Yeah, sure. I'm Tom Leenders. I have a background as an industrial design engineer from TU Delft. Mm-hmm. Together with Doris Galema, my other co-founder, we studied design, and we are true music lovers. And I play the saxophone, and Doris plays the piano, a bit of drums, and a bit of bass. But during our studies, we threw away like several headphones each year, and we want to solve that problem because when you threw it away, only a small part was broken down, like the cable was broken or the padding teared, and then you needed to throw away the complete product, and that's really a waste. And we dived into that problem, and we saw, okay, worldwide we throw a lot of e-waste. I think it's almost 50 million tons of electronic waste each year. Mm-hmm. And we looked at the problem and say, okay, we need to fix this, and we need to look at another way how to produce products, and that's why we started Gerrard Street. Cool. And our product right now is this. And the cool thing about I don't know if people can see it, but you can assemble the headphone yourself. And it's designed in such a way that when your padding tears, we can provide you with a new padding for free. Mm-hmm. And you send back your broken padding, and we recycle it or repair it.
Yeah, I see. And
based
that's like
on the defect.
Yeah, and it's a lifetime guarantee, right?
Yeah,
it's like
yeah. We call it free repairs forever.
Cool.
Yeah.
So was that like a kind of risky choice to say that, to like guarantee that to customers, or?
Yes and no. I think no, because we're already like 4 years in business, so we calculated the amount of repairs per client per year, and this was manageable. Yes, because we were still for 4 years in business, so we don't know how the product will react in 10 till 15 years. Maybe it does different, but yeah, we think this is the way product development should be done and product use should be done. So that's why we dare to take the risk. Yeah.
It's kind of in line with like the whole right to repair movement, right? Like that's also gaining some traction and stuff. Yeah, it's a really nice idea, of course. Mm-hmm. It always makes me think of like a comparable company, which I guess also a lot of people know, like Fairphone, which is also kind of, I guess, run parallel to Gerrard Street in development.
Yeah, when I started the business 6 years ago, then I think only Fairphone was a good example of fair electronics, mm-hmm. And now it's only us and Fairphone.
Yeah, slowly but surely getting there. Yeah. But do you see like when you started launching this product, did you see like a lot of enthusiasm also around you from people who are like, yeah, I relate to this problem and I also want to take part in being part of the solution of it?
Yeah, a lot. Because also like in the beginning we did a crowdfunding campaign, and it was also shared a lot by my friends and people from Delft and people around me who thought, okay, this is a really cool idea, and I want to be part of this wave, you know.
Yeah.
And it still is. I mean, people who are becoming client today, they are still super enthusiastic about what we do. They say, okay, it's a super cool product. It's a really high quality, but I really like your mission, and that's why I buy the product.
Yeah, yeah, it is a big selling point, of course, for this kind of a product.
Yeah, but 5 years ago it was less. It was more like we started like around only on service, so you can pay per month, quit every month, and we did only a subscription model on the headphone, like Swapfiets did. And like January this year, we changed the business a bit to the free repairs forever, and you also can buy the headphones. And that really changed the business a lot. We attract more women when we did that. We attracted more older people, so the audience group changed a bit, became bigger, so it was better for the business.
Yeah. So that was when you started like selling instead of just doing the subscription model.
Yeah.
Why might that be, you think, that you suddenly started attracting those kind of like new demographics for your company?
Yeah, we were quite stubborn in the beginning because we did a lot of different things. First of all, we made a modular headphone which you assemble yourself. That was new. And we did like the subscription model, but also new. So to have like one brand vision around the company, we thought, okay, we don't sell it at the moment because otherwise it became too much. It was a fake proposition, you know. And we learned that a lot of people ask, like, why can I just buy it? Why can't I just buy it? And then we did a collaboration with a rapper called Stix from Opgezwollen. It's a Dutch rapper. And it went really well. But then a lot of people ask, okay, I love the concept, I love the brand, I love this collaboration, but I just want to buy it. And then we did some calculations. Okay, how can we do that? How can we? Because we want that. We want to keep our promise that we don't throw away the headphones. So if you buy something, we need to provide you with repairs, and so you don't throw away the headphone. And that worked out. So
yeah, cool. And is that like the more popular choice now to buy it, or is it?
Yeah, it's way more popular. Yeah.
So
I think giving people the option to choose is always better.
Yeah, it might always be some who like benefit from taking one over the other, of course. Yeah. So let's go back a bit to where it began for you. I guess you studied in Delft industrial engineering, I believe, or industrial design.
Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah, and I believe you started a company, Puckpress.
Yeah. How do you know?
I stalked your LinkedIn.
Okay, cool.
It's easy enough.
Yeah.
But like, so you started during your student times already getting involved with entrepreneurship and all that.
Yeah.
So how did that go for you? How did you manage that?
How do I manage like studying? And I learned way more during being an entrepreneur than during my study times. So all the things I learned building the company, I learned also on the university, like making a product from idea till production is basically what my studies is about. Okay. And I did that in practice, so I could really implement all my learnings which I did on a daily basis into my studies. So I think it worked quite well, and I didn't went to any lectures and stuff like that.
No.
Well, only the courses I really liked about entrepreneurship and about sustainability I followed, and the rest was just like doing in 2 days, super hard studying, and then go to the test.
Well, more difficult than it sounds, I guess, but
yeah. It's doable.
It's doable. Yeah. But you did get something out of your university time, you think, or?
It's crazy how much people you meet over there. So you got a super nice network. Still make use of it today. But yes, I learned a lot. But I think I learned way more from the businesses and just doing it, and taking the things I learned to put it in practice. Because that's one of the key things I learned already during my master due to Puckpress, is that information the university has was really lacking 2 till 3 years. Like we were learning about injection molding, that the prices are like 100K for a mold, so you need to invest so much front. And then I was producing, and I said, okay, you have low alloyed aluminium, you can do less shots with a mold, but it is 10 times cheaper. And some people in university didn't believe me. I said, I do it right now. So the whole calculation you do, it doesn't make sense, you know. You have other options, and that was something really cool to see that, okay, I'm doing it already in practice, and they're a little bit behind.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, I guess that's like the risk with, you know, an academic environment, that of course it's based on research, which takes a while to develop, then takes a while to get published, and then of course needs to be based around it, and then things have already moved on a bit. So
and design is a really vague course. It's how to say if you can do it by research, I don't know. Sometimes it's just like by doing it.
Yeah, because there are of course like a lot of, you know, there's a lot of theory behind it, and you know, like.
One theory literally is like the golden egg theory, and it's like, okay, sometimes you get just like the best idea ever without a reason. That's how you can scale the business, you know. Okay, and that happens a lot during doing business. Okay, so how can you make that happen? You don't have a theory for that, you know. It just happened, and that's it.
Would you say that's what happened with Gerrard Street as well?
No, I think we really try to have a clear way of working. We use the startup methodology, lean startup, a lot, where you build an experiment and then you test it, and then you say, okay, you have a minimal success ratio. Do I get it? Yes or no? If you get it, you can continue. If you not get it, you need to go back to your value proposition, change it, do another test with your client, and basically you do small experiments to validate your value proposition. And that we do a lot. So we didn't design the headphone in the beginning. We just did a lot of client interviews, and then we tested certain proposition, like, okay, do you want a headphone for €5 a month, or do you want a headphone for $250 a month? And then we didn't have a headphone. We just made a rendering and say, you can sign up right now. And that's how we tested, you know? And we learn a lot from that.
I guess like what they say, fail fast and early. Cool, it's nice to see that kind of structured approach, like practice. So was it ever difficult to, you know, not get ahead of yourself and to really test everything? And
because when I talk like this, it sounds like a smooth process, but it isn't, because you're doing like 10 times more work and 10 different things at the same time. So when you write it down, it seems like a clear process, but in your head and the way of working, it's really chaotic. Like you have an investment meeting on Monday, and on Friday something weird happens in an experiment, and your production price doubles. You know, okay, then you have a really different meeting on a Monday. And that happens a lot with a startup.
I guess no matter how structured the whole theory might seem, in practice it's always going to be messy. And it's about kind of living.
It's really messy, and it's really like get used by knowing little. And if you're comfortable with that, I think then you can start a startup.
I see. Cool. So eventually, not once you were done with like all the customer research, but eventually you got to the stage where you did design the physical product.
So
what was that like?
After 1 year, I think.
Okay. So how was that like in the beginning? Because you don't have like a whole manufacturing line set up, of course. So
it was super risky. We did a crowdfunding campaign, and we get a loan from the bank, and it was a super tight schedule. So when something went wrong, we didn't have the money to replace the product or replace the part, and we just sourced a lot of things via Alibaba, and luckily all went well. It was really crazy looking backwards, but. And then we realized, okay, if we want to do this another time and we want to do this with a better quality, we really I need to have like a good relationship with the supplier and with the production partner and set up a better partnership. And we found that here in Rotterdam.
Yeah, with Fresh and Rebel.
Yeah,
it's called.
Yeah.
Nice. So they help you with like the production of the headphones.
Yeah, they sourced the factory for us, and they also they help us with negotiation about price, delivery time, MOQs, minimal order quantities, stuff like that.
I see. Yeah, it seems more reliable than Express.
Yeah, it's way more reliable. Yeah, yeah.
Wow. So how did that kind of partnership start with Fresh and Rebel? Like, how did you get in touch with them, and how did you get
I had an office at the Witte de Witstraat called 42 Workspace, and one of the founders from that place know the founder from here, and they say, hey guys, you need to talk with each other because basically, Tom, you have a scaling problem, and they can fix that for you, and that's how we came in contact. And I think it took us. It was a quite difficult deal, but it took us 3/4 of a year to make the deal and the production.
I see.
Yeah,
but it paid off, obviously.
Yeah. We didn't made it if we didn't had this collaboration. I think we didn't make it.
Yeah. Wow. So I guess that shows the importance of partnerships. Something of the I guess especially like a physical product if you want to.
Yeah, and we knew that because we did a lot of investment talks, and they point out, okay, if you want to invest like 1 million euros right now, where do you think are the risks of my company? You also ask them, right? And basically they say, okay, you have like a pre-financing problem because back then we only did the subscription, so you need to pre-finance your marketing cost and your production cost. And they thought you need to build a brand, so you also have like a big branding issue. And now first we covered the pre-finance part and the production part, and then we took okay. Next step is building the brand, and now doing the things with that at the moment.
So what are some of the creative things you've done to build it up? You told about the collaboration with Styx.
Yeah.
What else kind of stuff are you guys doing in that department?
We do like everything within a direct-to-consumer model. So we changed it a bit at the moment, but we started like only with our website, so we can take cover about the pricing. You know, it's very important if you want to build a brand that you have control about your pricing, and we have that because we're maintaining the shop ourselves. We did a lot with influencers and PR. So basically what we see right now is what's working the best. If we have like a mix each month of like a good PR activity combined with the influencer campaign, and then people come on the website, and then we have a remarketing campaign to target them like for 2-3 months. That combination works really well.
Okay.
So
something different, but I guess you could, of course you could describe Gerrard Street as a social enterprise with a sustainable mission. So it kind of started from a problem that you saw in the world, and also I guess a consumer problem, but mostly like something that you really were passionate about solving in that sense. How do you think it has been different from other forms of entrepreneurship? And is it more difficult, or is it maybe...
It's completely the same. Yeah, I always say it's just the same. You build just a company. Cool that you have like a mission, but in the end, people just buy your product, yes or no, and you need to fix that. And I think a lot of sustainable entrepreneurs say, yeah, it's more difficult. No, I don't think so. It's just like the same. Maybe like you guys interview me, I think, because we have this mission. I think there are some benefits from it. People also more willing to help you and more willing to give you like good advice, also free, you know, because you have this mission. But at the end, if you want to scale and go fast, then you have the same issues as every other company.
Yeah, I see. Yeah. So have you been able to make use of kind of that goodwill aspect, I guess, like that people are willing to...
Yeah, we did a lot. And also, like the clients are helping a lot. Like giving feedback about the product. We integrate that feedback with our production, and also mond-op-mond reclame. How you say it in English?
Mouth to mouth, I guess.
Word
of mouth.
Word of mouth. And organic growth is becoming quite important within the company. So people just telling about us on a party, and then 1 week later, a friend of him buys the product. So also our current users are like doing sales for us.
Yeah.
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 And you also always see that in early adopter profile, green business, that people do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess people are not only using the product because they find it useful, but they're actually passionate about it.
Yeah, of course.
What it
Yeah.
stands for.
Yeah. And now we're coming more and more to also they just want to have a good headphone.
Yeah. Yeah, because you also really advertise the audio quality of these things. It's not just about the sustainable aspect.
No. The one thing we learned is that people don't pay for sustainability, but they pay for good products. So we say, okay, when we launching a product, it should be sustainable, but first of all, it should be of really good quality. Otherwise, also it breaks down really easily, and then we're fucked. Yeah. Because we need to pay for the repairs. But also I don't believe in shitty products which are sustainable.
No.
They aren't sustainable because they don't sell it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess your mission still wouldn't work out that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we want to have scale, because how more headphones are sold in our way of working, it's just less e-waste.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So right now, is it being sold only in the Netherlands, or have you also expanded to different places?
We also sell in Belgium, in the Flemish part where they speak Dutch. We did some tests in the UK and in Denmark, just to see, okay, can we copy paste the value proposition on Facebook online and see if it sells over there. And what you see is that the first months it goes okay, but then your CPA rises and you need to pay a lot of extra cost for traffic and stuff like that, and you don't know how which kind of artist and which kind of PR agencies to work together. So you need to have a base over there, and we are not yet ready for that. Yeah. So, but we're planning to go abroad to Germany upcoming year.
Okay, so just getting the neighboring countries first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And due to we also say, okay, we want to go to the UK. It's quite easy for us because they speak English over there, and they are really a music country. Mm-hmm. But during Brexit, it's quite hard to ship batteries and stuff like that. So let's go for Germany. Yeah.
Yeah, UK ruined it for themselves, I guess. They're not getting the headphones. Yeah. I was also curious, speaking of UK, where does the name Gerrard Street actually come from?
It's a street in London, in the UK. So the first headphone brought in the market, you couldn't buy it. It was installed in your house, and then you had a lifeline to the opera and the church, because back then you didn't have a format to put music on. You only had live music, so it was you call in. That's why it's called a headphone, and the place where they had that service was based in the Gerrard Street.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
Nice bit of history.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So you're also a music fan yourself, like you said. What kind of stuff are you into?
I just had the Spotify Wrapped.
Oh yeah.
You know? I can look it up. I think it was my main genre was Dutch hip hop. Let's see. It's Dutch hip hop, alternative rock, alternative hip hop, jazz, a bit like that. It's more like when I was young, I was really into hard rock, punk, the hard stuff. Then I went from the Beastie Boys. I don't know you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I went from Beastie Boys to rap music, then from rap to jazz, then from jazz to soul and funk, disco a bit, and now everything what I find cool I listen to. But I think hip hop the most.
Right. Nice, all over the place. And I guess that explains the collaboration with Styx.
Yeah. I just write them in the email okay, I listen to your music, blah blah blah, and would be really great to hook up. And then he thought it was a really cool idea as well. So
cool. Yeah. So maybe a broad question, but let's say I'm a student and I want to go into entrepreneurship. I want to start my own business. I have an idea and I want to just launch something. What's one piece of advice that you would give?
Just do it. And it's super simple, but I always hear the things like, okay, I don't have the right ID, or I don't have the resources, or I don't know if I have the skills. I mean, you just know if you do it, and you can learn, and you can adapt, and then you can build your company, you know. And waiting for the right ID is not something smart to do, because most of the time your ID will really change during the first 2 years, because you learn, okay, nobody wants to buy this, I need to change my value proposition, you know. So don't wait on the ID, just start and go.
Yeah,
that would really be my advice.
Okay, that's clear.
Yeah.
No, I guess it is like for a lot of people, they find it scary to launch something when they're not sure of the idea. But I guess you're never going to be sure unless you.
And that's something you need to be comfortable about, like the amount of insecurity you have in the first years, because you don't know it. So nobody's going to tell you how to do it and how to build your business. So you need to find it out yourself. Yeah.
When did you realize that this was something for you, like venturing out on your own instead of going to work at a company?
During I had a presentation of the founder of Sense Umbrellas. I think it's don't exist anymore, but it was like a storm umbrella, and the guy, the founder, also studied my masters, and also the founder of Van Moof. He also studied my masters, and they both give a lecture about their company and what they learned with their company, and they spoke with such passion about their products and their work. And I thought, okay, there must be something about this, you know, because the other lectures were so boring for me, and I found this so interesting. And I talked to Gerrard. He was the CEO of Sense Umbrellas, and I graduated over there, and he learned me a lot about building a business and how it is to be an entrepreneur. And after my graduation, I immediately started Gerrard Street. So
nice. Yeah. Maybe someone who sees this will have the same moment of inspiration.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. I think we can move on to our quiz segment.
Okay.
We'd have to get something for that. We'll cut this out. Don't worry.
Are you guys cutting stuff out, or just one take?
I think it's like one take, but I guess this part where I'm picking up stuff, I mean, we could even leave it in for like, naturalism. Mm-hmm. But we try to just do it in one take. I think it's nice to have it. Oh, there it is. Okay, so it's time for our guest to the test segment. Last time we had Joshua Eckblad, who ended up nicely in the middle. Let's see if you can do a little bit better. Mm-hmm. So what we're going to do is 4 questions that are somewhat about yourself. So let's see how well you know yourself. 4 about sustainability and 4 about music, of course, being that it's Gerrard Street that we're talking about.
Great.
So starting, question 1. How many followers do you think you have on LinkedIn? Is that A, 1976, B, 2,315, C, 2,647, or D, 2,931?
C.
You got it. You keep up with that stuff, or you just happen to?
Not anymore, but me and my co-founder, we had a battle to have like the first 1K following and the first 2K following.
Oh, I see.
So and then we had like sometimes in the morning, hey dude, I'm at 1,500. Where are you? And then it's fun stuff.
So who ended up winning?
He's winning. I think he is around 3,000 at the moment or so. Mm. So I'm doing something that's quite good.
Oh well, maybe that's why you're doing podcasting.
More following.
Yeah. All right. So very specific and a bit back in time. In which of these countries is the puck press not sold? Is that in South Africa, Czech Republic, Brazil, or Malaysia?
Ooh, I don't know. I'm not involved there anymore, but I know that they are big in Asia. I think not in Brazil.
You're right. All right, 2 out of 2 so far. It's going well. So there's someone who shares your name in the City Council of Amsterdam, a politician. Now, which party does he represent? Is that GroenLinks, PvdA, SP or VVD?
Yeah, I knew it because I Googled it once myself and I came across that guy. I thought it was PvdA.
Again, you're going up.
Hey.
Too bad this is not Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Then I won my hotline.
Yeah. And the last one in this category, what's the KVK number of Gerrard Street?
I don't know.
Okay. It's
but do you have ABCD or not?
No, we don't have ABCD.
Okay,
I didn't feel like reading out numbers for for 10 minutes. But it's 6609947
Okay.
There you go. All right. Going steady so far. So on the sustainability topic, recycling one aluminum can saves enough energy to power a computer for 30 minutes, an hour, 3 hours, or 8 hours.
A, I think.
No, it was C, 3 hours.
3
according
hours?
to
Okay.
the Environmental Protection Agency.
Yeah, it's quite difficult to measure these things.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's always going to be kind of an estimate, of course.
Yeah.
So what percentage of the world's water supply is fresh and accessible for human usage? Is that 0.1%, 1%, 10%, 30%?
It's only the fresh water supply, right?
Yeah, fresh and accessible.
Okay. B.
Yeah. Okay. Which country in the world has the best recycling rate? Germany, South Korea, Costa Rica, or New Zealand?
Ooh, good question. Who needs to recycle the most is, I think, you say Germany, South Korea?
Costa Rica and New Zealand.
I think New Zealand.
No, it's Germany.
Okay.
So the next market for Gerrard.
Yeah. Cool.
And according to, again, the Environmental Protection Agency, what percentage of e-waste is recycled? Is that 1, 5, 15, or 35%?
Yeah, this is really hard. I dived into this problem a lot, and we did also. I think it was around 10%, but it's also how you measure, because the most of it is also shipped to Africa and stuff, and they don't measure that.
Ah, I see.
I go for 10. I think B.
It was 5 or 15.
50.
So 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. All right, and now we're going on to music. When did the first consumer-grade stereo speakers hit the market? Is that A, 1954, B, 58, C, 63, or D, 67?
Okay, good question. Was it made of injection molding or not?
No clue.
Okay. I think around 58.
Yeah.
It was pure luck.
Well, there you go. Yeah, I mean, that's when you got all those stereo records that were like drums on one side,
Yeah.
bass on the other, and you just unlistenable. Which of these people is not referred to as the fifth Beatle? Is that George Martin, Billy Preston, Pete Best, or Alan Parsons?
Don't know this one.
Go with your gut.
Not?
Not referred to as. Like, basically, you didn't have to do it.
Yeah, that's the most. The second one was.
Billy Preston.
Yeah, I think that one.
Nope.
Oh.
Too bad. He played keys on a few records.
Okay.
So, yeah. Second to last question. 4 years ago, Kendrick Lamar released his latest album, titled.
Yeah.
I can give the options.
Okay.
Damn, To Pimp a Butterfly, Donda, or 444.
Pimp Butterfly wasn't. It was before. Untitled. And the other was Damn, eh?
Yeah.
That was Damn.
Yeah. There you go. Up to 7 points. Make sure everyone can see it. And now the last question. Earlier this year, Daft Punk broke up. Which of these is not a Daft Punk song? Is that Daft Punk, Robot Rock, Instant Crush, or Can You Feel It?
The first one was?
Daft Punk.
I think the second one.
No, the fourth one. Can You Feel It is not one of theirs.
Can you feel? Oh, it was just the tagline in One More Time, or not? Can you feel?
Oh, it is in there, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even realize it was a trick question. But yeah.
I'm a fan of Daft Punk, so.
Yeah, of course. So you were also sad earlier this year.
Yeah, I had a couple of wishes for people to see live one more time. I didn't see them live at once, and that one of them was Daft Punk. So
yeah, I guess 2007 was your chance, and then after that.
Yeah, in 2000. Yeah, they did a live album, right? 2007.
Yeah. Well, I was too young anyway. So okay. Well, that's a nice, respectable score. You're leading the charge right now.
Yeah.
So at the end of the season, we'll have a little prize for whoever ends up on top. So
Cool.
We'll see if that is you.
I know the most about myself.
Yeah. And narcissism. Okay. Well, I think with that we've just about come to the end of this episode.
Cool.
So thank you very much again, Tom. Super interesting company and great mission. So yeah, best of luck with getting the products in even more people's hands.
Yeah, cool.
And see you guys on the next episode. Bye bye.
Cheers.
So a nice little surprise for the followers of this podcast. There will be a discount code in the description of this video on YouTube and on social media, with which you can get this one, the Prince, and other ones or just the Prince?
The Prince, yeah.
The Prince, so the flagship model of Gerrard Street with a discount. So be sure to look out for that if you are interested in getting this headphone. All right, we'll see you next time.